In today's video, we're going to be looking at volume word problems. So we're going to be given a certain scenario and determine what shapes are in the problem and perform different mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division to these figures in our scenarios. So in our problem here, it says, Michael has caught many baseballs at games he has attended and stores them in a box that is 40 by 40 by 25. The baseball has a radius of 3.75 centimeters. How many baseballs can fit in the box? Round your answer to nearest tenth. So we have a box. So we have two different objects. We have a box, which is a rectangular prism, and we also have a sphere, which represents the baseball. So I'm going to find the volume of the box first. So the volume of the box is, I plug in my formula, is going to be 40 by 40 by 25. All right, so now I use my calculator. Make sure, again, this calculator is super helpful. 40 and 25. 40 times 40 times 25. You could put parentheses around it too, and you get 40,000. That's a big number. All right, so that's the volume of the box. All right, now I got to find the volume of the baseball. And it gives us the radius, which is 3.75. So we do 4/3 times pi times 3.75 cubed. I'm going to plug that in my calculator the same way, 4/3 pi and 3.75 cubed. 4/3 pi parentheses 3.75. We'll make sure 3.75. Yep, 3.75 cubed is 22.89. I'm going to round it to 22.90 because at the end, my answer at the end, I want to round as the nearest tenth. So I want to do as accurate as possible. What was it? 220.89. So I'm going to round it not to the nearest tenth yet. I'm going to wait until the very end to round to the nearest tenth. Now, you have the volume of the box. You have the volume of one baseball. So in order to figure out how many of these baseballs fit in the box, you divide 40,000 divided by 220.89. So where are we at? 40,000 divided by 220.89. And you can fit 181.08, but you can't really make 0.0856 of a baseball, so you can only fit 181 baseballs. Or 180 baseballs. Okay. And if I were going to round that to the nearest tenth, okay, it would be 181.9. All right. So I can fit 180 baseballs in this box because I just divide those. All right. So again, we determined the volume formula to use for the box, the volume formula for the baseball, and then we just divided them. All right, let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this one right here. A can of soda has a height of 4.75 inches and a radius of 1.25 inches. All right, a box that has 5 inches by 8 inches by 5.5 inches contains a 6-pack of soda. how much space is not used by the cans of soda. So we're going to round to the nearest hundredth of an inch. All right, so our box, which is going to be right here, 5 by 8 by 5.5. Let's figure that out. $220. That's the volume of the box. And we got to find the volume of the can. Which is going to be pi. What is the radius? It is 1.25. So 1.25 squared, and 4.75 is the height. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put both of those numbers in parentheses because you got to be careful here. All right, so clear this out. Pi parentheses 1.25 and the parentheses squared, right, and then 4.75. 4.75. 23.31. I'm going to round it. 23 point. Okay, we're going to say it's about 23.32. But the problem with this is just one can. I need to know how much a six-pack that fits in the box. So in order to figure out how much 6 cans fill up, you have to multiply this by 6 in order to get the 6-pack volume. So I'm just going to take this number that I have already in my calculator and multiply it by 6, which is 139.90. All right. Yep. Bump it up, bump it. Okay, so it's one. So if I round this, so to the nearest, what is it? What do I want? 100th. So it would be here. This bumps it up to a 0, bumps this up to a 9. So it's 139.90. So that's the volume of the 6-pack. Now to figure out how much space is not used, you're taking the volume of the box, how much a box can fill up, and you're cutting out the 6-pack. So if I had my box, all right, and I had my 6-pack here, okay, I'm cutting this portion out to figure out how much is left in the box. So you subtract those numbers. So 220 minus 139.90. Minus 139.90, and it is 80.1 or 80.10. And oh, I didn't write my units in my last one, I don't think. This is inches cubed. Okay, you can say 81.10. All right, so you take these numbers. Remember, you got to find a 6-pack, so you multiply by 6, then subtract them. What's my units for this one? Oh, no, baseballs. Yep, I figured out the units. Good. All right, so awesome. So again, figure out. Basically, it's making sure again you know how to plug in the formulas and the calculator, and knowing which operations to do. And I'll kind of walk you through that as we go through in this lesson. So work on today's problems. If you have questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.